So we have been working on the process, and where are we? Where are we then in the process? Well, we've gotten our home study done, psychological report, background checks, all of that. We've sent that in, and we have just gotten the majority of our dossier done. We sent our entire dossier into the agency except for the I-800A. So, for those of you who do not know, most of you know about a home study report. Whether you do a home study report in the States or if it's for a foreign adoption, anytime you do any kind of adoption with your agency, the agency comes, evaluates your home, talks to everyone in the family, and writes up a report. Okay, if you're doing a foreign adoption, there are some more steps that you have to do. One of those steps is a dossier. It's a big, huge, fat stack of paper. And the dossier includes your home study report, a psychological evaluation. They want to know your financials. They want letters of reference. They want letters from your employers. They want your tax records. They want medical reports. Now, some of these things you need to have for your home study, but for the dossier, sometimes you have to do them twice because for the dossier, they're only good for like 6 months. So you want to make sure you do one for your home study and then you'll do another one for the dossier just to make sure that it doesn't expire before you complete the adoption. Let's see. So once you've completed your dossier, you send that off to the agency. And if it's a foreign adoption, it has to be translated into that language. For Colombia, it's Spanish. Now, the one thing that we're missing for our dossier is what is called an I-800A. The I-800A is another packet of paperwork that we put together petitioning the U.S. government for permission to adopt from a foreign country, specifically a Hague country. Hague is the agency that certifies that a country is following all of the standards that the United States has for adoption. So now the frustrating thing is we sent that paperwork off to the U.S. government to get approval, and then we received back, unfortunately, a pink slip. Any of you who have adopted before, if you know what the pink paper is, that's not a good thing. So what happened is that in our home study, it was stated, there was just a line that stated that we were open to some special needs, but there was no actual paragraph written in there that gave, the details and information how we felt about it. So they sent us that saying that our home study had to be amended, which of course I was like, oh my gosh, how long is that going to take? Is that going to cost us more money? It already costs so much money for these adoptions. So we had to contact our agency. They did the rewrite on the report. Thank goodness it didn't take very long. And then I had to get it, it was already notarized by the agency, but then I had to send off and get an apostille on it. If you do not know what an apostille is, it's almost like a notary for a notary. So what that is you get something notarized and then you take it to the capital of your state. It has to be done in the capital where the notary was signed, where it was notarized. So here in Georgia, that is Atlanta. So I either have to mail it to Atlanta or I have to drive it over to Atlanta. And there is a government office building there where the person who does the apostille verifies that the notary is an actual certified notary. And then they sign off on it, put a staple of paper to it, and everything. And here's a little tip. Being military, the military notaries they're not on the state record. So even though in the military it counts as a notary, if you get something notarized by a military notary, they won't be able to do an apostille on it. We got caught in that in our daughter's adoption. Caused some problems. Okay, so we've gotten the amended home study notarized and apostilled, and we've gotten that sent back off to the U.S. government. So now we're just waiting to hear back for our approval. And once we get our approval, then we can send that off to the agency so that our whole dossier can get sent off to Colombia, to the Colombia. So that's where we are. That's where we are in the process. All right. So that has gotten us caught up to date. Hopefully that approval comes soon and I can hold that up excited for you to see. And then we'll move on with that process. So thank you for coming. Yes, please like, subscribe, share with others who are thinking about adoption or who you think are interested in adoption, that are maybe dealing with some of the issues going with adoption. Maybe they're wondering if they want to do a foreign adoption or domestic, they're not sure. Please share, comment, ask questions. If you have questions about anything I've said, I'm happy to help with some of your concerns. So I will see you next time. Bye.